Life challenges us daily through people, circumstances, and emotions, and we often lose balance by reacting faster than thinking. Reactions feel natural, almost automatic, but they usually cost us peace, clarity, and dignity, leaving regret behind as silent punishment. The hidden strength lies in refusing that impulse, breathing before answering, and choosing silence over unnecessary noise, conflict, and argument. This silence is not weakness, it is controlled wisdom, a decision showing that your peace is more valuable than ego. Each pause becomes a seed of resilience, reminding you that storms pass faster when you do not fuel them with fire. When you stop reacting instantly, you take control of yourself, and with self-control comes power greater than outward expressions ever provide. Imagine someone insulting you, waiting for your anger, but you stay silent, smile, and suddenly their power over you disappears. That single unspoken reaction protects your inner world, showing dignity, building confidence, and proving that silence is louder than shouting. The mind always seeks shortcuts, and reaction is the easiest one, but mastery requires patience, training, and constant awareness inside. Not reacting creates distance between trigger and choice, giving you time to think clearly, protect peace, and act with wisdom. Most people waste their energy proving themselves right, defending egos, fighting shadows, but wise ones save energy by choosing stillness. With every silence, your presence grows heavier, people respect you more, and your calmness speaks louder than words ever could. True power is not measured in raised voices, but in quiet restraint, in a calm heart resisting storms without trembling. Every unspoken word becomes armor, every delayed reaction becomes strength, every calm response becomes a lesson written deep within you. Life will always test you, presenting noise, chaos, pressure, and insult, but the prepared mind learns to breathe and wait. Silence does not mean surrender. Silence means strength, because only strong hearts can carry storms without losing their inner balance. When you choose not to react, you protect your mind from unnecessary battles, keeping energy for dreams, goals, and growth. The world constantly shouts, everyone wants to be louder, but rare souls remain quiet, shining brighter than noise itself. Your journey begins with awareness, continues with practice, and grows into mastery, until silence becomes your strongest, most trusted weapon. Every reaction you give to anger or insult becomes energy lost, a gift handed freely to people who do not deserve it. Silence, on the other hand, keeps your power safe within you, a shield protecting peace, dignity, and emotional balance from harm. When storms rise around you, the real challenge is not outside, but inside, where your choice decides whether peace survives. Every second of patience builds inner strength, carving space between impulse and wisdom, between noise and the calmness of clarity. Think of your mind as a calm lake. Every reaction throws stones, creating waves, but silence keeps the water still. Stillness allows reflection, letting you see reality clearly, without distortion, without exaggeration, without the smoke of uncontrolled emotions clouding vision. People who react fast often regret fast, because words and actions once released cannot be reversed, leaving scars and broken trust. But the one who remains calm rewrites the story, shifting focus from anger to wisdom, from conflict to understanding. Greatness is not proven in arguments, but in restraint, because restraint demands discipline, and discipline creates respect, admiration, and authority. Imagine someone shouting, expecting resistance, but you remain calm, unshaken. Your silence exposes their weakness more than words could. The art of not reacting is training your emotions like warriors, strong, prepared, disciplined, waiting for the right moment. Every time you remain silent, you are teaching yourself mastery, proving that control is stronger than chaos or destructive impulse. Your silence plants seeds in others too, inspiring calmness, disarming conflict, showing that patience is not weakness, but ultimate strength. This is how leaders are born, not by fighting every battle, but by choosing which battles deserve their attention. The greatest battles are always within, where anger demands release, but silence whispers wisdom, asking you to wait and think. Every controlled reaction builds a wall of protection, a fortress where negativity cannot enter, where only peace and strength remain. The power of not reacting frees you from being controlled by others, because no one can command your emotions anymore. This freedom brings dignity. Because you no longer dance to the noise of provocation, you walk steadily on your chosen path. Calmness creates confidence, silence creates mystery, and patience creates a legacy that noise can never build or protect. So each time life pushes you, remember, power lies not in answering every attack, but in rising above with silence. Strength is not found in loud voices, but in calm hearts that remain steady when the world tries to shake them. The power of not reacting gives you space to think, to breathe, and to choose wisely instead of blindly following impulse. Imagine being surrounded by conflict, everyone arguing, everyone raising voices, but you remain the still point no one can disturb. That stillness becomes influence, because people listen more to calmness than to noise, more to peace than to uncontrolled anger. Every delayed reaction saves you from regret, because silence protects you from saying what you cannot take back tomorrow. Your words carry weight only when spoken from calmness, not when thrown in anger like arrows that wound and destroy. Silence is not emptiness. Silence is strength, a decision that your peace matters more than proving your ego right. When provoked, most people surrender control, but the wise guard their energy, spending it only where growth and meaning exist. This self-control builds resilience, a muscle of patience that grows stronger every time you resist the urge to explode. Think of fire. Reaction feeds it with oxygen, but silence removes the fuel, and the flames eventually fade away. In relationships, not reacting prevents endless battles, allowing space for listening, understanding, and love to grow instead of resentment. Your calmness disarms anger, because when one person refuses to fight, conflict loses power, and peace finds its way. Not reacting also gives clarity, because emotions blur vision, but silence creates distance, and distance reveals truth more clearly. When life throws storms, the calm person walks through with dignity, untouched, while others drown in their uncontrolled reactions. True freedom is when no one owns your mood, no insult can disturb you, no chaos can control you. That freedom is priceless, because it means you are master of yourself, and masters inspire respect without demanding it. The power of silence is timeless, seen in prophets, leaders, and wise thinkers who changed the world by restraint. They taught that strength is not shouting, but listening, not striking, but waiting, not reacting, but choosing with wisdom. Every moment you practice this art, you rise above ordinary reactions and step into extraordinary inner strength and leadership. So remember, not reacting is not absence of response. It is the highest form of response, a response of mastery. Life often tests patience, pushing buttons, creating chaos. Yet the strongest people respond not with anger, but with calm clarity. Each time you resist reacting, you build mental muscles, strengthening wisdom, patience, and emotional control that lasts a lifetime. Imagine being insulted or challenged, and instead of exploding, you observe, breathe, and respond only when clarity replaces impulse. This control makes you untouchable, because external chaos cannot disturb someone who holds power over their inner world. The mind trained in silence sees solutions instead of problems, opportunities instead of threats, and paths instead of obstacles. Every controlled reaction increases respect from others, because people sense the strength it takes to remain calm under pressure. Not reacting is a shield protecting relationships, dignity, and peace from being destroyed by momentary emotions and careless words. Silence is powerful because it allows reflection, prevents mistakes, and teaches others that you cannot be easily provoked. The less you react, the more people notice your strength, the more influence you quietly gain, and the more space you hold. Patience is not passive. It is active power, a choice to act with intention rather than be pulled by emotion like a puppet. Every conflict avoided, every argument not joined, becomes energy saved for growth, creativity, and meaningful action in life. When storms rage outside, the calm person walks steady, inspiring trust, admiration, and confidence without saying a single word. Not reacting is mastery over self, over mind, and over life's uncontrollable events, transforming challenges into lessons and strength. Your calmness teaches others by example, showing that strength is not aggression, but measured, thoughtful, and patient response. The strongest people are not those who fight often, but those who fight wisely, choosing silence when words or anger could harm. Every moment of restraint is a step toward freedom, because freedom comes from owning your reactions instead of being owned by them. The power of not reacting is like a silent river, calm on the surface, unstoppable in strength beneath, shaping everything in its path. Life will always provoke, but your choice to pause protects peace, nurtures clarity, and creates space for growth and wisdom. Remember, the greatest victories are internal, won quietly by patience, understanding, and refusing to react when the world demands it. Choose calm over chaos, silence over impulse, and wisdom over reaction, and you will experience a strength beyond ordinary understanding. The ultimate power lies not in reacting to every challenge, but in holding still, observing, and choosing wisely before speaking. Every time you pause, you create space for reflection, clarity, and understanding, turning potential conflict into meaningful action or insight. Imagine a world where people respond with patience instead of impulse, calm instead of anger, wisdom instead of pride or fear. Those who master silence transform their lives, because control over reactions gives freedom from external pressures and inner turmoil. Not reacting allows your mind to focus on what truly matters, filtering noise and distractions, and investing energy into growth. Every moment spent resisting the urge to react strengthens resilience, builds confidence, and teaches the value of measured, deliberate action. The quiet mind sees paths where chaos sees walls, opportunities where confusion reigns, and solutions where others see only problems. Silence is not inaction, it is an active choice, a demonstration of self-mastery, patience, and the courage to act thoughtfully. Every reaction avoided becomes a step toward freedom, because the less you are pulled by emotion, the more you direct your destiny. In relationships, not reacting prevents misunderstandings, fosters trust, and creates harmony where impulsive words could only create division. The power of silence extends to every area of life: work, family, friendships, and even personal growth and self-discipline. By not reacting, you show strength, maturity, and wisdom, inspiring others to consider their own responses before they act. True leadership is rooted in control, patience, and measured responses, not in loud voices, quick answers, or empty demonstrations of power. Life tests us repeatedly, but the prepared mind pauses, breathes, observes, and chooses the response that protects peace and nurtures growth. Every unspoken word, every delayed action, and every calm response adds to your inner strength and credibility in the eyes of others. The power of not reacting turns storms into lessons, conflict into understanding, and pressure into opportunity to grow and excel. By mastering this art, you become untouchable by anger, immune to manipulation, and steady even when the world attempts to provoke. Silence becomes your strategy, patience becomes your armor, and calmness becomes the mark of extraordinary inner strength. Remember, the strongest people are not those who fight every battle, but those who choose wisely when, why, and how to respond. Choose calm over chaos, wisdom over impulse, silence over noise, and you will unlock a life of freedom, peace, and lasting power within.